paid credit to a few more. The British Boxing Board of Control is now in its Diamond Jubilee year, which gave an extra significance to yesterday's British Boxing Awards, in which the sport honours its season's achievers both in and out of the ring. Much to celebrate, and Des Lynam was our reporter at the Café Royal.
For 60 years, the BBBofC has supervised professional boxing in Britain. Down those years, there have been some momentous occasions, controversies, and of course, championships won. Many of the great British stars of the ring were present to celebrate this Diamond Jubilee occasion. This 60th year of the Board of Control saw Frank Bruno's second tilt at the World Heavyweight title, sadly never won by a British boxer during the board's reign. We had a flamboyant middleweight arrive on the scene, Nigel Benn. And world titles were won by Dennis Andries for the second time, by Glenn McCrory, the first British boxer to win a cruiserweight world title, the pride of the Northeast. Duke Mackenzie won a world flyweight championship. Then Mackenzie lost his title to another British fighter, Dave McCauley from Northern Ireland. The oldest former world champion present last night was Jack Kid Berg. Junior welterweight champion of the world before the war. Can I ask how old the Kid is now?
80.
Looking pretty good.
80 years old.
If you had a chance to box all over again, would you do it, Jack?
Definitely. I can't live without fighting.
You had some tough fights, though.
Quite a few.
How many did you box altogether?
197 fights.
Didn't seem to do you a lot of harm.
No harm at all. I took the punch around the back of my head.
And here is approximately 50 stone of heavyweight material. Bruno, British champion Gary Mason, and Olympic champion Lennox Lewis, now turned professional in Britain.
Make sure Mike's the same amount as Frank.
We come now to the British Contest of the Year, and the award goes to a contest which aroused more public interest than any fight in Britain for many years. It is, of course, the Commonwealth Middleweight Championship, held in London on the 21st of May this year between Michael Watson and Nigel Benn. Now, Michael Watson is currently training in Florida for his world title attempt against Michael McCallum, and his award will be received by his manager, Mickey Duff. Nigel Benn also can't be here tonight, and his award will be accepted by a man you've already greeted and met tonight, a remarkable champion, the former Commonwealth featherweight champion, the former undefeated WBC featherweight champion, the current WBC super featherweight champion, Mr. Azuma Nelson Ugana.
On behalf of Nigel Benn, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you.
The award for the Overseas Boxer of the Year goes to Brian Mitchell.
The blood trickles down the side of Mitchell's face. We're only a few seconds away from the bell, and it looks to me as though the champion's held on to his title. But what a fight it was, and what an effort McDonnell made. Tremendous effort that he was up against a very, very strong and good champion.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, we come now to the final award of the year. The Boxer of the Year award goes to the man who never quits, Dennis Andries. He's since lost the title again, but this week in Atlantic City, he will begin another campaign to win the title a third time when he faces Art Jimmerson of America.
Andries must try to step back. That never really was Dennis Andries' style. He always came forward. People described him as a bit of a plodder, but he got there. He's been a world champion, and he may well be a world champion again. What a good left hand.
Well, Brian Mitchell and Azuma Nelson, two world champions at the same weight, super featherweight. You guys ever met before?
No, we've never met.
Well, you're meeting now.
Yeah.
You're admirers of each other's talent.
I think Azuma's a great champion. I've seen him fight before, and I think he's a good fighter. Very good fighter.
Any prospect of you two guys meeting?
Well, I'm not sure. You know, that obviously depends on the organisations. It doesn't seem like in the lighter divisions, the WBA and the WBC are meeting.
Now, of course, you defended your title here against Jim McDonnell, and you won pretty convincingly. Now, Azuma Nelson's going to defend his title against Jim McDonnell. What do you think will happen?
Well, quite honestly, from what I can see, watching Azuma fight and fighting against Jim, I don't think Jim's strong enough to go with Azuma. I said I hope Jim McDonnell wins because it will be good for me. It'll prove how great I am.
That's right.
But Jim can't beat Azuma Nelson, no.
And Bruno will hardly talk about fighting at all.
I don't really know. It's exclusive, you know. It's exclusive whether I'm going to fight again. I'm not too sure. I think I may fight again. I may fight again. I think I have to fight again because the bills are getting, and the car tax is getting higher, so I've got to do something.
And the man who usually gets the last word on a British boxing night, Mickey Duff.
It's wonderful. It's a very nostalgic occasion to come in and see so many fighters, world champions, European champions, British champions, many of which I've been directly connected with over the years. And it's very pleasant to see them and recognize them and pick them out. I get a bit sick to the teeth, though, when they introduce me to their sons.
Mickey Duff on boxing's glittering night, quite a week as well with so many title fights, and Harold Graham, as we just saw, retaining his British middleweight title at Wembley.